Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. This one's on something called the Garmin Mini. It's an amateur user-made sort of DIY peripheral for Flight Sim 2020, or can be used in that. A very versatile little unit, as you can see. This is quite bespoke and somewhat amateur in its own making, but incredibly versatile, actually rivaling many of the commercial peripheral units you can buy, like the radio panel here. With the addition of a program, which I'll show you in this video, you can program this to do pretty much whatever you want in the sim. And I've rarely been so excited about an added piece of hardware as I am with this. So I'm going to give you an overview of how it came into my hands and Rosen's projects themselves. Many of them look pretty amazing, and how he came up with the idea. And then I'll give you a quick preview of how this performs and what it does in the sim itself. Okay, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. Okay, so let's take us back a little while, how this panel came to be in my hands. Rosen was frequently posting on the Discord various of his different projects. As you can see here, some of them are very advanced. He essentially 3D prints and then wires up projects. Anyway, I think he was posting these in the general chats, and I thought these are too good. These need to go in his own little channel, Rosen's panel building projects, as you can see here. And I've even renamed Rosen himself to the Wizard Panel Builder. I actually called him the Master Panel Builder first, but I thought Wizard would be a more appropriate name for him. And then he started posting these projects. I mean, look at them. Come and join the Discord, link in the description. Anybody's welcome. Come in. And on the left here, just a little bit down, is Rosen's panel building projects. Come and look at some of his projects. As you can see, some of them are very advanced. Anyway, I'll let you view them at your own leisure and own pace. A little bit down this channel, I started to create the Garmin Mini. So let me just get to that. It's just a little bit down. As you can see, though, lots of projects to peruse here. And it's got some very, very impressive stuff. There you go. I think this was his sort of prototype of it, or original thoughts. Then he started to 3D print different knobs and switches, and then it all came together in various different things. I was going to unscrew, because it's 4 simple screws on the panel, and show you the innards. That's pretty much what it looks like, the innards of it, to some extent. Very similar. Very well put together, and of course, that's the finished unit itself, which is what I have as well. He did a second one for me, which is the one I have. So that's what he did. And further down in this channel, he goes into detail, so come and read it for yourself, about a program to use, which is Mob Flight Connector. This is version 9.0.6. And you run this and then run Flight Sim with your module plugged in. So basically, what you do here, he also has different profiles, if you like, that he's set up. One for different types of Garmins, the Garmin 3000, for example, 530, and 1000. I'm going to show you the Garmin G1000 module. That's the one I commonly use. And then what you would do there, you would open that, and you can even edit this yourself, create your own profile so the switches do different things. I'm going to leave it the way it is, the way a Garmin would normally work, because I'm already amazed with that. In later videos, I might come back to this and start messing with different profiles to see what this can really do and how versatile this could be. But you would open that, and then you can rename it, but then you would just run it, and then you would run the sim in the background. I do have the sim running. I'm going to show you this later in detail, but that's the basis for it. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring you out of that screen there. So come and peruse Rosen's panel building channel here, his project channel, and you can see all the various different projects and how deep he's gone into this. You know what, Rosen? I'm very tempted to start asking for more, but I won't. I do need to reimburse you somewhat for the one you sent me already, and I do want to do that because I'm really enjoying it highly. Okay, I'll tell you what. So that's the background. That's a program you would need to run it, and this is a free program you can get on the internet, and then you can start messing around with different profiles and different setup for your units, which is quite exciting in its own merit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to launch Flight Sim and show you what this mini Garmin can do. So here I am in the trusty Cessna 172 at St. Just Airport. I think it's EGHC. And let's just come down to the right G1000, as this what the Garmin Mini module is going to concentrate upon and how it's set up. I'm going to press record on my camera. And there you go. Now, if it's picking up specks of dust, this camera, don't worry, I've been dusting around. It will still pick up. It's a very sharp image on this camera. So I do dust. It's just picking up. I do have my own micro to USB cable. It's just a spare one I had on its last legs, but it's the one that fits in the unit. It's got a very small opening at the back. I think Rosen had a very sort of narrow micro USB cord, so that's how he designed it. Excuse the game bar there. It's not going to matter for this video. Anyway, let's just use the range knob, shall we? Look, chops. Range knob. No longer do I have to come across with my mouse. I'll start ranging in and out. Not too much of an issue. But with this, it's a simple feature. But it's something that blew me away from the start and something I can't stop playing with, as you can probably tell. Wee! Absolutely fantastic and so responsive. Now let's stop Hudson. Okay, as with the right G1000, you got direct to menu, flight plan, procedures, clear and enter. The same buttons are on the unit, and they do, in this case, the way it's set up in Flight Mob, the program that you need to run with this unit, they all behave the way they should with the G1000. Let's press the direct to. If I want to there, why not? Using the, I'm going to call this the inner knob, as it's the inner knob to the unit, and the outer knob. That makes sense to me, so inner and outer. So using the outer knob, I can get to the first letter. Oh, I've not got a flight plan set up. Let's just go to E, F. Using the inner knob, go to the next letter, E, G. The next letter, E, G, L. Oh, I should have gone the other way. Should have gone anti-clockwise. You can do on this unit. But as you can see how quickly I'm entering these letters in. No issues at all. Now, J, K, L. That's right. E, G, L, L. Heathrow. Press the enter button. Enter again. And look, range out using my range knob. Oh, look. I've got a flight plan set up for EGLL. Very, very simple. Lovely stuff. Let me show you more features on this. Menu, you need to start messing with map settings. Let's press the enter button. And now, is it the inner or outer? It's the inner knob to the unit. I can start going around and start turning these on and off if I want to. I'm not going to in this video. Of course, procedures, set up a procedure. You can do set up arrival, approach, departure. Let's clear that. A trick Rosen showed me in the Discord. If you're not part of Discord, oh, the sun's come back out. I'm sorry, the sun sets on this side of my flat in the evening, but hopefully you can still see the panel well. Trick Rosen mentioned in the Discord. Use your inner knob. He called it the outer, but I'm going to call it the inner knob to the unit. Move it right 5 times. You'll get a list of the nearest airport. Click in the FMS. It's got a clicky function, guys. Click it in. You'll see the first nearest airport is highlighted. If I want to go to that second one, I'm using the inner knob to the unit to go to the second nearest airport. Press the direct to button. Look, it's put it as a direct to, so press enter and activate and clear that with flight plan. Look now, let's get to the right knob. We're now flying to that nearest airport. So if we're up in the air, obviously I'm not at the moment, if I'm up in the air doing a long flight, I want to get to my nearest airport, I may actually put this in one of our future flight plans and use this unit. And remember, these are the perimeters that Rosen set up so it behaves like it should on the right G1000 there, a real G1000. If you want to, essentially, you could program this, and I might try this myself in a future video, to behave like a radio panel, so comm and nav frequencies. On that point, something Rosen mentioned as well, we no longer need to use a mouse at all. I've got all my autopilot functions that I need set up on my Velocity 1. I've got the radio panel for the common nav frequencies. I've got this to do flight planning, and goodness knows what I need to do. Let's show you that again, shall we? Oh, no, I don't need to do that. So I'm clicking this right 5 times, moving that right 5 times, the inner knob to the unit, to get to the nearest airport list. Click in the FMS knob, and I can choose another nearest airport. Direct to, enter, enter. That's now set up as my flight plan. And it's not just limited to that. Say I want to get to one of these blue waypoint nav markers here. So which one should we go to? I think there's a 360 CU around somewhere. 360 CU. I want to get to this point here. So I can just go to direct to again. And I can enter that. So let's go. First letter. Oh, 3, I'll have to go anti-clockwise here, but it's not going to take me long. 360. You see how versatile this is, I hope. It really is. It's something I'm massively enjoying, and these are just the default settings. Look how quickly I'm getting that nav point entered using these knobs. It's a lot quicker than using the mouse, I've got to say, and a lot more immersive. Press enter there this time, enter. And enter again, activate. I'm now flying straight towards that nav point. Absolutely fantastic. Well, listen, chaps, I'm just giving you an overview of how it's set up with the mob flight perimeters, like it would behave in a real G1000 on the right G1000 to do flight planning. Like I said, you can set this up and mess around with the perimeters, and I may well do that. Now, Rosen, I hope you don't mind me mentioning, but you said he could create a few more of these modules and give them or sell them to our long-term Discord members or YouTube subscribers. Just wants to cover the cost of the units, which will be around, I think it's around £30 to £50. Rosen, perhaps you can comment and put the exact cost. Add a little bit more on there, my friend, for your time, maybe £10 more for your time, and I think that will be fair. If he does that, chaps, don't miss out on this. For an amateur user-created peripheral like this, it's more versatile than the commercially bought units like the radio panel, switch panel, multi-panel. Far more versatile, because you could set this up to do whatever you like. Never wanted to own a 3D printer. Never got into soldering too much. You know what? This is tempting me. I want to get a 3D printer. I want to solder the wires together and create units, more complex units as well, like this for Flight Sim. Absolutely in love with it. But do let me know your thoughts below. Join Discord if you haven't already. Go and peruse Rosen's other projects. Maybe even drop him a line. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon.